It's Monday, March 21st. I'm Sadie Perfetto. Here are your sports headlines for the day. The Raptors are one win closer to clinching a playoff berth. The Raptors defeated the Orlando Magic 105-100 Sunday night at the Air Canada Centre. DeMar DeRozan led the team with 25 points on the night. The team pulled within a single game of the Eastern Conference leading Cleveland Cavaliers, with only 13 games remaining in the regular season. The Raps will return to the court when they face the Celtics on Wednesday in Boston. If your March Madness bracket is busted, you're not the only one. After a weekend full of upsets, the Sweet 16 is finally set. 7-seed Wisconsin pulled off a huge upset when they defeated number 2 seed Xavier. Wisconsin will play number 1 seed North Carolina. 11 and 10 seeds Gonzaga and Syracuse still remain in the tournament as well. March Madness resumes action on Thursday. The Toronto Maple Leafs have been mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Despite their 4-1 win over Buffalo on Saturday, the Leafs were eliminated when the Detroit Red Wings beat the Florida Panthers. The Leafs are the first team to be officially eliminated this season. The team has qualified for the playoffs just once since the NHL lockout in the 2004-2005 season. Toronto FC dropped its first game of the season with a 1-0 loss to Kansas City. Dom Dwyer scored the game's lone goal in the 70th minute. Toronto opened the season with a win over the New York Red Bulls and a draw with the New York City FC. Toronto is back in action on Saturday, April 2nd against the Colorado Rapids. The Toronto Blue Jays continue to impress in the Sunshine State. Troy Tulowitzki homered for the second straight game to lead the Jays to a 3-2 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jays starter Marco Estrada allowed 2 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks in the first inning. The Jays are back in action on Tuesday as Drew Hutchinson takes on former Blue Jay Daniel Norris and the Detroit Tigers. Canadian tennis star Milos Raonic was defeated in the finals of the Indian Wells tournament on Sunday. Raonic had just 4 aces and 27 unforced errors in the loss to world number 1 Novak Djokovic. Djokovic earned a record 5th title at Indian Wells. Raymond Moore, director of the Indian Wells tournament, publicly announced sexist comments on Sunday. He said, quote, "I was a lady player. I would go down every night on my knees and thank God that Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal were born because they've carried this sport," unquote. Moore continued that women are lucky and they, quote, "ride the coattails of the men," unquote. Tennis star Serena Williams and Women's Tennis Association founder Billie Jean King called the comments offensive and disappointing. Moore later apologized for his comments. Here at Humber, the Hawks men's and women's varsity teams competed at nationals this past weekend. The women defeated the Holland Hurricanes 50-49 to become the 2016 national champions, giving the Hawks their first ever CCAA national title. The men's team fell to the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology by a close score of 79-74. With a silver medal in Alberta and a gold in Windsor for the women, this could go down as the greatest night in Humber basketball history. That's all for sports today. I'm Sadie Perfetto. See you tomorrow.